Welcome back to the LePod. Episode 2. Episode 1 was the first round mock draft. This episode will be the second round of that mock draft, plus
Yep.
little bonus WrestleMania content.
Oh, shit.
Double bonus LeBron Lakers versus Timberwolves first round matchup content. Lot store. So we will kick it off with the second round of the mock draft. So let me share that screen right quick, so Connor can see what's going on.
Yep. Ooh, it does
And
show who they took first round. I like that. Okay.
so plugged in the picks for where we were at. We just finished the first round. Cleveland's up first pick of the second round. And this would be me because I was odds.
Yep.
And Connor's even. So for me, I'm in between Jackson Dart.
Ooh.
I'm in between. You could even go Igbuka. What if you wanted to, get two corners? Maybe Travis, you consider a corner. Igbuka's a receiver. Who knows? Where you can go offensive line. Their tackles are rough look over there.
They're pretty embarrassing.
Maybe
You got Jack Conklin, who has been injured, I feel like, damn near every year the past, 3 years. Then you have Jedrick Wills, who literally has just been terrible, just flat out.
I don't think they re-signed him either. I think he's gone.
Probably a good move for him, really.
DeJuan Jones, too, who's been injured really since he got in the league. They could even go Travion. Who was Nick Chubb? He's a free agent. He hasn't been signed. What are you gonna do with Nick Chubb? What are you gonna do, Jerome Ford? I don't really know. But I think if you're Cleveland, it'll be hard to pass up Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
So and then if you're the Giants, you're taking Jackson Dart next pick. So do you want him in Cleveland or you want him in New York? And I think Cleveland, if he's here, would probably jump on him.
Yeah, because right now it's Flacco, Kenny Pickett didn't get traded there, and Deshaun. So Jackson Dart, you could argue, might start next year for these Browns.
Yeah, and who knows what Deshaun's going to be?
For sure. All right, now we have the New York Giants. And to me, this pick is kind of obvious. They missed out on a first-round tackle due to the trade back, and by the time we got back to their pick, it was Membu and Campbell. They were already gone. So I think you got to go Josh Connerly here. I mean, obviously not the prestige of tackles that Membu and Campbell are, but you do have to protect Russell Wilson, at the end of the day, especially if you're Brian Dable. You don't want to lose your job. You got Genty, so that helps Russell Wilson out a little bit, but Genty needs to run, and Russell needs time to get the ball to old Malik there.
No, I agree for sure. Connerly makes sense to the Giants. The only other thing would be receiver, and I think one of them is definitely more important than the other.
I low-key thought at receiver at first, but I was like, well, they already have Neighbors, but I think they need tackle more because, you already have Malik Neighbors, who's, you can argue, already a top 10 receiver in football, but, you got to have time in this league. You simply just do.
And Tennessee, for me, is going to be excited to have their pick at receiver of Igbuka or Luther Burden.
Mm-hmm.
And with their current landscape, you got Calvin Ridley, who's kind of like that slot route runner. You don't really need that from Igbuka, whereas Burden's more of that. It could be the possible true X. So I'm going to go Luther Burden.
Yeah, I like
to be
that.
Cam Ward's guy next to Calvin Ridley.
Luther Burden really fell really hard. I feel like a few months ago he was seen as damn near wide receiver 1. Him and Ted were probably up there, and I don't know what happened, quite frankly.
He just didn't have a great 2024 or 25, I guess, with Missouri. They didn't have a great quarterback. I think Brady Cook.
He got hurt. I think he was out for a little bit. All right, now
have a great quarterback.
We're looking at Jacksonville here, and I think you gotta address corner here because all you have is Tyson Campbell. And I don't even know who their corners are after that, quite frankly. I really don't.
They brought in Jordan Lewis, second highest paid corner ever.
Never mind that guy, but whatever. Tenured, whatever. So Maxwell Hairston, isn't he that athletic freak kind of guy? Isn't that him?
He had a good combine. He ran fast.
You have Siobhan Ravel, who's kind of getting some love. Trey Amos, maybe. I don't know about Azrae Thomas or Benjamin Morrison, maybe. But to me, this is really between Maxwell and Noel Siobhan. And I'm not a big, small school guy. That's not me, really. That's why I'm not the biggest on Mike Green. I know some people think he's one of the best. I know you like Mike Green,
I do. Big
but
fan of Green.
I'm just not a big fan of people producing at small schools. I think everybody does in college, quite frankly. So I think I got to go Maxwell Hairston from Kentucky. Played in the SEC, so he played some pretty good competition over there in Kentucky. So I like Maxwell Hairston there.
That gives me the Raiders. We're looking
The
running back.
Raiders.
Maybe they go Travion because they couldn't get Genty, or they didn't get Genty. They also need corner, man. The corner is definitely a bigger need. They lost Nate Hobbs. They cut Jack Jones, I think. It is a rough corner group over there.
For sure.
And is with the deepest running back class, maybe they can get a guy in the third round where they're happy.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think like for Raiders fans who want Genty, don't get me wrong, he's supposed to be this, generational running back prospect. But this running back class is so deep, you can still go and get you a starting running back. Meanwhile, a wide receiver, not really. I mean, you have Tet, you have Emeka Buka, Luther Burden, Matthew Golden. Like, those guys are probably all going to go in the first round, maybe other than, the guy we just took, Luther Burden. Emeka Buka go in the first round. Like, by the time you get to this pick, there's not good. Like go to the wide receivers. Let's just take a look at them. Good chance Emeka Buka is not there. And then you're looking at Jaden Higgins and Trey Hare. Like, no. Those guys aren't going to make your offense go crazy.
And if you did go Genty and you're looking at Egbuka here, you have
that would
be
already damn near best case scenario for Raiders.
You have Jacoby Myers, who does the same thing as Egbuka. So, you're not really – I mean, he has more upside than Jacoby Myers, but you're not really gaining anything, really. I think Ted also is the number one receiver by a mile. So, I wouldn't want Egbuka. But if you're the Raiders here, running back, you could easily get maybe even Quinshawn or Caleb Johnson. You can get these guys in the third round. You have an early third-round pick. These guys most likely could be there. Maybe not Travion, but
there's not many teams really drafting running back. Really, there's really not.
And for me, it's corner, and it's gonna be back-to-back corners. I'm gonna go Ravel. I do like Ravel a little more than Hairston, just because Maxwell didn't produce a bunch at Kentucky. He just he was good, and he had a really good combine. Where Siobhan Ravel was really good, small school, injury issues. Supposed to be a pretty athletic guy though too. So you'd be pretty excited to get him at 37. Sure. He could argue be on the first round, depending on what some of those later teams do. Both those guys could.
Now we have New England, who took Membu first round. Protect Drake May. I don't know. I don't want to take. I wouldn't hate Egbuka here because they kind of need a receiver, and they did get Stephon Diggs, fit. But we don't know what Stephon Diggs is going to do. I feel like he was kind of good last year when he played, actually, but then he torn the ACL.
He can play on the outside too. He's not a pure slot guy.
That's what I'm saying. You have the guy on the outside. After that, it's very slim. Kayshon Boutte was wide receiver 1 last year. And if you, I don't know, a lot of people think Drake May's already proved himself to be the guy. I don't know, maybe. You could also entertain some interior, but they have Mike Wenyu. And then who's Cole Strange? He's whatever. But so I think I like Egbuka here. I think, if the Patriots have Egbuka at this spot, you get yourself a wide receiver, that would be pretty darn good for you, let me tell you.
I like it a lot. I think that'll be a perfect fit. Egbuka. And then you're looking at a cast around Drake May of Ramondre running the ball. Mm-hmm. And they probably have a 1-2 punch. I'm not remembering right now, but Ramondre, Diggs, Egbuka. You took Jalen Polk last year in the first 2 rounds. I think he's second round pick.
It was second round, yeah.
And then Tamario Douglas has been a fine player for him. Arguably their best receiver in the last 3 years, 2 years, whenever he got drafted. Kendrick Bourne, I don't know. I think he's still there, but not a bad player. And then you have tight ends too. Hunter Henry's there. He's been pretty good for you at tight end. Ontario line, line's definitely a need, but you brought in Membu. So if you have a chance to get fun at receiver, why not?
Mm-hmm.
And then for the Bears, I think this is either Ursary or Travion for me personally.
You
And
looking at tackle?
yeah, Ariante Ursary.
Someone to look at could be Donovan Jackson because he can also play tackle as well.
I wouldn't hit that either. I think they really addressed interior in the offseason,
Oh, they
though.
did
So,
for
like,
sure.
we're talking they got Brandon Dahlman, Tooney, and Jonah Jackson.
Yeah.
Whereas tackle, they're looking at Darnell Wright, who was good, but Braxton Jones, who's been injured.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to have a extra tackle, for sure, it'd be great. But then running back, you could even be starting Travion over DeAndre
Oh
Swift.
yeah,
So like
they really that Swift contract really did not age well for him. Really, did not really do good last year. I mean, granted, the O line was kind of an issue, but I mean,
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you why.
let's hear it. Let's hear
I'm
it.
gonna go Ursary. They have
Ooh.
2 picks in the next 3. So like
Oh, well, there you go.
you go Ursary because there's a chance, I guess, that the Saints could go tackle. They're probably not gonna go running back. So like you go Ursary to
Probably
a sure
not,
tackle, and then he's probably still there at 41.
unless they're like, because Kamara probably doesn't have much left in terms of him being a Saint. So unless the Saints just draft just in terms of like, I don't know, looking for the future, but I think they have way too many needs to where they're going to spend an early pick on somebody they're going to look at in the future, in terms of like somebody that could like impact their team now, kind of.
You got him. A
All
lot of needs. You
right,
think Will Johnson? So you still have a lot of needs here that you trust.
they do. See, tackle, they're not going to. There's really no tackle worth taking here.
Yeah.
Edge, ooh, Landon Jackson. I kind of like Landon Jackson. Ooh, mm. Who's their interior line? I know they have Eric McCoy,
Cesar Ruiz.
Cesar Ruiz. Yeah. Okay.
Trevor Penning's been flirting with guard.
So let's hold off on that for a second.
That's all I can remember.
Now, ooh, hold on. Is this where Jalen Milroe goes?
It could. I hate Milrow. It could be.
I don't like him either. Actually, I don't think they've talked to Milroe, so I don't think so.
Could be a Milrow though. Are you leading edge?
I'm leaning edge, yeah.
So then, who's your favorite of the 3? I guess these are the 3 that could possibly go.
I don't know much about Princely, to be honest. JT Tumolau, I mean, he was fine last year for Ohio State, but I'm pretty sure
Could this be a second round trade down spot because you have so many needs?
But the thing is, if you're going to trade up, who's trading up for what? Like, who's going to trade up for?
Could it be someone coming to get
Jalen? Could it be Don? Like, who's worth trading up for here?
Maybe Donovan Jackson. Maybe Donovan Jackson's definitely the best interior guy for a minute here.
Oh yeah, for sure. So who needs interior? So look at the next pick. Is Chicago? No. Jets? I mean, they have Elijah Vera Tucker.
We had to take Will Campbell.
Yeah.
So they could be. He could play even
San Fran? I mean, probably. They could.
They definitely
They
could.
just lost Aaron Banks.
Colts. They lost Will Fries.
Oh yeah, they could. Ooh. Dallas, Zach Martin retired. So I mean there's honestly you've talked me into a trade back. Now the question is who is gonna trade? Who's the most likely to trade up here?
Well, I think when you think trade backs, you gotta have a reason to come up. So like someone's gotta get ahead of somebody else to get Donovan Jackson. So like San Francisco is the first team that really would, I need a guard. Or maybe even the Jets. You could argue the Jets because they'd be like, I need a guard. So I think it's one of these 3 teams: San Francisco, Dallas, Indianapolis, coming up with the Saints. And I think I'd lean
Colts here.
I think I'd lean Colts too. He's close to home, Ohio State.
And also the Colts are the last of those 3 teams that need that guard. It's like San Fran, they're the first. They probably don't think anybody's going to trade up in front of them. The Colts, they're the last. Zach Martin retired, and obviously you want to protect Dak coming off that calf injury or whatever he had. That season-ending calf injury. And then, the Colts, you lost Will Fries for agency. San Francisco. I think they've lost too many players to where they're going to give up draft capital to move up, really, especially for an interior lineman.
And I think the Colts are someone who could because they don't have a ton of needs. So like you just want to make sure you get your guy kind of, especially in interior. Like you could just shore up that interior. And I think we're just talking about a fourth here to come up. You get an extra day. Like the Saints, look, they're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks in the third and fourth round for a team that really needs picks. So like I can see that a lot. Donovan Jackson. And I'm just gonna go Travion here for the Bears because I kind of talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely could happen easily. Jets are up.
They have New York here. So we had them take Will Campbell, so they kind of addressed the O-line here. I don't think they're not going to take Milrow because they signed Justin Fields 2 years, and he's kind of young quarterback, so maybe that's kind of them giving a chance on that guy. What else do they need? It says wide receiver. I mean,
They lost DJ Reed, maybe corner.
yeah, get someone to pair up with Sauce there. Wide receiver, nothing. Nobody's really good there. So let's look at the corner room. So we have Trey Amos, Azrae Thomas, Benjamin Morrison. I don't hate Benjamin Morrison here.
I don't.
Oh. Let's get spicy. Let's take Benjamin Morrison here.
He could very easily be ahead of those guys too. Like a lot of people like Ben Morrison. Some are scared of the injury history. Who knows, really? I mean, what are you gonna do? But he definitely could be someone that, and he can play on the outside. So like he doesn't have to play in the nickel, which is Michael Carter's role. Whereas a player like Trey Amos is a primary nickel.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Azari a lot too, though. So I mean, if I'm San Francisco here, now you got some questions. You could tackles are gone.
You probably have to be looking at corner as well because you lost Travarius Ward.
They're looking at a lot of things. They lost a lot. They didn't get edge. Maybe they go edge.
They could. They did address the D line and Mason Graham, so they don't need interior.
Took Mason Graham.
And there's no tackle worth taking, really, because you could argue they need tackle as well because Trent Williams.
I think they have.
Who knows how much longer he has, really?
I think it's Lenore, and then they have. Is it one of the Florida State guys from last year? No. Might be Jarian Jones.
Either way, it's not a great group. Just really, it's just not.
I do like I think it's Jarian Jones. Is Jarian Jones? No, sorry, Renardo Green, the other Florida State. Jarian Jones is a Jaguar.
Lol.
Renardo Green.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I like Lenore and Renardo Green, and then you're like their second, third corner is pretty bad, and their safeties are really bad.
Yeah, they lost Hafunga, and they have Malik Mustafa, who's one of their safeties, but he was all right.
I think I'd go. Makes you mad because I was hoping he'd be there for the Falcons, but Azariah Thomas, he's I think I have him like ahead of Morrison and Maxwell. So I think San Francisco would love that. And he's former teammate Renardo Green. Maybe something there. Chemistry. Dallas is up.
All right, if I'm Dallas, I think I'm going to look at edge here, quite frankly. Because, you have Micah Parsons. You still haven't paid him. And who's his running mate? Dante Fowler? Didn't he return to Dallas this season?
Yeah, he did.
That's not a good group, man. So it's really just who you want more, Landon Jackson or JT Tuimoloau. I don't know if I said that correctly.
Yeah.
No, you're good. I think I'm leaning more Landon Jackson here because I do like him. When we talked about it, he was one of my guys, my sneaky guys. I was thinking about Landon Jackson. I'm pretty sure he can play some interior as well, so he can kind of switch there. Their interior, they have Osa. I'm not even going to try. I'm going to butcher his last name.
Osa Adigizua.
Yeah, that guy. I'm pretty sure they just re-signed him pretty big. So I think like Landon Jackson here out of Arkansas.
No, that definitely could be the pick. I'm a JT Tuimoloau guy. I'm a big JT guy. So I think him or Landon Jackson would be great at this spot. And then I think if you're the Saints here,
the Saints are back. Oh wait, they traded back. I'm an idiot.
They traded back, and then you're liking this JT Tuimoloau pick because you brought back Chase Young, so you get a little Ohio State duo there with JT.
There you go.
Or do you go receiver?
Buckeyes.
Or do you go receiver? Jaden Higgins is good. I like Jaden Higgins.
He's probably the last. Him and Trey Harris are probably the last really good ones. Maybe I shouldn't say really good ones.
I like Alec a lot. I like Alec. General is fine. I do like Jalen Royals too, but
Isaiah Bond dropped heavily.
if there's a receiver I think can go in the first round and be a for sure bust, it's probably Matthew Golden. He has the worst chance of being a bust, I think, just because he didn't have a very production wise year in Texas, and then everybody who talks about him says he's not as fast as he ran. Like I've never heard someone say he's as fast as 4.28. Like everyone says he plays slower, whereas they say the opposite about Isaiah Bond. They say he plays faster. So I just haven't heard much glaring about athleticism. And then he runs 4.28, and you're like, okay. But if I'm the Saints, I think it's Higgins or it's JT Tumola, and I think there's a bigger need at receiver. So I am going to go Higgins.
Yeah, because they just re-signed Chase Young. They have Carl Granderson, and I'm pretty sure Cam Jordan. Yeah, Cam Jordan to retire. So I mean, you got a lot of mid.
Isaiah Foskey, they drafted highly a couple years ago.
So I think, meanwhile, receiver, they have Chris Olave, who, I mean, can the dude not get knocked out, maybe? I mean, he's got to play a fully healthy season.
Coming off a major injury.
Rashid Shaheed, to me, is really deep ball or bust as someone who is a fantasy owner last year. If he didn't get a 50-yard touchdown, he didn't do jack shit.
That's another thing, too. If Derek Carr's not playing this season, which it could very well be that.
That's what I'm saying.
And if you had to give Spencer a chance to be the guy, maybe you get him that weapon to give him a real chance to try to do something. It's a second-round pick, but who knows? You get my Falcons pick because they're needed.
Your Falcons.
What are you gonna do for me?
Jalen Miller. No, all right. So I don't think you're going very far. Tyleek Williams, you guys lost Grady Jarrett, so you need someone on that interior. Your interior is what? Eddie Goldman?
Nope, he's gone too. We're talking Rook Horror.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're looking at...
Well, let's stay on this D-line.
Zach Harrison?
Let's stay in this D-line tab, brother.
Zion
So really, it's between who you like better, Tyleek Williams or Darius Alexander. I'm more of a Tyleek Williams kind of guy. I think he's one of the better run-stopping defenders in this class in terms of interior. So I think I like Tyleek Williams here.
I don't hate that at all. I would have went Tyleek or corner, and I'm not the biggest Trey Amos guy, so I like Tyleek there for sure. And then we're the Arizona Cardinals, who took Jahdae Barron in the first round.
They did.
So then we're looking
traded up to take Jahdae Barron.
I think we'd look interior D-line for them.
Mm-hmm.
You could go receiver, put somebody next to Marvin.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a good receiver. Last year it was Zay Jones. Was it Zay Jones?
Michael Wilson.
Michael Wilson had a terrible year.
Yeah,
and Zay Jones, I don't remember if he did.
He wasn't terrible the year prior. I thought he was going to take a.
He was a breakout candidate, Michael Wilson, and he was just not great. So I look at D-line. I think their defense is definitely their strong point of their team. Honestly, it's been underratedly good. I don't know. I kind of. Do you double down at corner? Is there a world where you double down at corner?
You could, because they are pretty bad at corner. I mean, they have Sean Murphy-Bunting, now Jahdae Barron.
Now we're looking at Jahdae Barron, Garrett Williams, Murphy-Bunting, which is good, but Jahdae Barron's a rookie.
Yeah, you don't know if he's going to pan out quite yet. Trey Amos.
Garrett Williams is a slot. Or is this a trade-down spot?
It could, because you could go multiple directions there, but now you got to beg the question. If you were to trade up, who's going to trade up for who? Trey Amos?
I think you're coming up for a corner.
So it'd probably be Trey Amos. So
you need corners.
Bengals
you need corner.
Miami does. Corner. Seattle doesn't. Denver, no. Seattle, back Seattle.
It could be as simple as your Bengals jumping the Dolphins.
It could. Very well could.
Trey Amos. Because we had you guys take Michael Williams in the first round. So the corner's still a huge need. You get in front of the Dolphins, who could be trading Jalen Ramsey now, too.
Yeah.
So I think
I'll take him.
Coming up with the Cardinals. And the Cardinals traded up in the first round, trade up, so maybe they trade back to get some capital back. I think it's a fifth.
Yeah, for 2 spots in the second round. I think it's got to be
2 spots in the ground.
Nothing crazy.
Trey Amos.
Good value. Great value.
You're up with Dolphins who are kicking their boots, man. They're just pissed off. They're pissed off.
They're just damn outraged, quite
They're
frankly.
fucking mad.
All right, so I don't think this is going to be a reach, but I'm looking at Xavier Watts' safety position.
Yeah.
I talked about in the first round with Malachi Starks. They have nobody playing safety, but you had to take Kelvin Banks because you have to protect Tua because of his injury history. Dude's one more concussion away from being a spaz, really. I mean, like, so I think you have to look at Xavier Watts there, and he's really the best safety for a minute, I'm pretty sure. My memory serves me correctly. Yeah.
70s. Yep. He's probably the only true second round safety.
Yeah, you missed. I mean, you didn't miss out, but you didn't. Malachi Starks, you kind of couldn't reach on him. Naked Minowari. I mean, I think you have to address safety. Ashton Davis just isn't going to cut it, quite frankly.
It's not a great group for sure. Cardinals are back up, and I think they'd like to get Darius Alexander. It's kind of who I would have took at the pick. They trade back. They get Darius Alexander.
Because who's their D line? I mean, they brought back Calais Campbell.
I think Calais Campbell went back to Arizona.
He did, yeah. I don't know who was playing D line for these guys.
In terms of like 3-4, I think they have Zach Seiler, who's more of a pass rushing 3-4 guy. He's not really a run stopper. And then you're looking at a rough group. Rough.
All right.
Anyways, Darius Alexander pick.
We'll go with the Seattle.
Seattle's got
Seahawks.
2 of the next 3. 2 of the next 3 for Seattle.
Look at that. Now here,
is it Milroe dot?
Milroe could be there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen a lot of him to Seattle, but I don't know if they're gonna. And they have 2 of the next 3, so they can take him in the next pick. But what's their edge group looking like? They have Leonard Williams, or do they cut him?
Leonard Williams isn't not really an edge either. He's like a 3-4 pass rusher. Like, I think you're looking at Voye Mafe, Uchenna Nwosu coming off an ACL, I think. Derek Hall. Not great.
Not a great group. So I think this is
some pass rush because of they have a stud interior. Like they have Leonard Williams, Jerron Reed's a great 3-4 like plug and play, and then he drafted Byron Murphy last year too. So like, it's a solid interior. But their D-line, their edge is not great for sure.
I think this is where JT Tumalo goes. I know I said his name wrong.
It's a great pick for him. JT Tuimoloau.
Yeah, I would suggest like you go Jalen Milroe right there, but like nobody's gonna take. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So we're looking
Denver's
at
not gonna take him.
Denver. We had him take Hampton, so I'm looking receiver.
You
Not a lot there.
You got Trey Harris and Jalen Noel.
I'm not big on Trey Harris. Jalen Noel's good, but I think he's a bigger guy, so like I don't know if I like him next to Cortland Sutton. I think of Mason
Taylor, LSU Tiger.
Now, they did bring in Evan Ingram, 2 years. He's injury prone as it gets, and he's pretty much a wide receiver at this point in his career. He's damn near wide receiver. He doesn't line up in line. Maybe Mason Taylor, you draft as the predecessor. I like that.
Mason
Broncos.
Taylor.
Broncos.
Now, is this where we go Milroe? You know, I've seen a lot of Milroe to the Seahawks.
Who's in the sweepstakes? The Giants at 57 because they don't have a quarterback yet?
Yeah. Browns took Dart right in front of them in our mock draft.
No. Maybe like the Lions if you're fucking dicking around.
Got Hendon Hooker.
I think he got cut.
Damn.
But Jared Goff had a bad playoff game. Maybe the Lions I don't know. Probably not. So like we're looking at he's either going to be a Seahawk or a Giant. Could you go receiver and try to get an outside guy just because you have 2 slots?
Yeah, and Cup and JSN.
Like I think Jalen Noel is more of an outside guy. Alex a big outside guy. Maybe you trade down. Maybe you have the Giants trade up for him. Well, who would they be jumping? Like, why would they trade up?
Yeah, no one else will
I think
take
you'd be
Milrow.
trading up to take him from us. If you want him enough, come get him, kind of vibe. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I think no one else other than the Giants would take Milrow. So, and there's maybe a world the Giants don't like Milrow, and
Yeah,
maybe they don't take him. Maybe they just wait till next year. You know, see what quarterbacks come out there. Who's the quarterback next year? It's Arch.
Arch
It's
maybe. There's a world Arch doesn't come out. Drew Aller,
I don't think
Penn
he's anything
State.
special.
I think there's a
Um,
guy in
is Nico UCLA guy?
Abe's. He might be the year after. Maybe.
Especially since he's transferring UCLA.
I think there's a guy at Oklahoma, maybe or SC.
I don't know.
We'll
I
know
don't know
when
the.
his time comes around.
I don't know.
Do you think Milrow could be the guy for them though? Like,
No, I'm not big on Milrow either. But
do you
I'm just
think
saying,
they
like
draft a
they
second round quarterback after
they
signing
want to
Darnold?
draft a quarterback.
Yeah, they could.
They just went to Shador's private workout in Colorado yesterday. So I mean, hell, they could take Shador. I mean, so I don't really know. They're kind of in a weird spot. I
They could
don't
pull
quite.
Falcons. They could pull fucking Falcons.
Well, okay, it's different than your Falcons. You guys signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million deal.
They
They just signed
signed.
Russell Wilson to a 1-year deal.
I'm talking Seattle. They'd signed Sam Darnold 3-year deal.
Oh, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking.
Seattle's pick, brother.
I'm an idiot. I was thinking Giants for a second. Yeah, I think they have to take Milrow here because they're not going to be
All right.
in the Arch Manning sweepstakes probably, most likely, even if he does come out. I don't know, maybe. I don't like that for the Giants, really. I really don't.
Yeah, and then you're for Tampa, we're talking Schweschinger or Princely for me. And
They
I don't
kind of
know
need
much about
They kind
Carson
of need
Schweschinger.
linebacker.
I don't know
I
much
don't,
about this
I
kid. I'm
don't
not
know
gonna lie.
about him either.
I couldn't tell you how good he is.
I don't know a
He's
single
just
thing.
not UCLA like I think he's a UCLA white linebacker. It's not something I've been looking at
All I see is he's the 40th
myself.
prospect.
And I know I do like Princely.
Yeah, because they
So
only signed Hassan to a 1-year deal, and he was pretty ass on the Jets last year. Pretty sure
there's
he
not much
recorded
edge after Princely. Like I'm not big on Jack Sawyer at all.
yeah, I think he kind of had a decent playoffs. That's about it.
Josiah's okay. Kennard's fine. People like David Walker a lot. But I think I'm gonna go Princely.
I don't hate that at all.
Princely, Diaby, and Hassan Reddick. That should be a solid trio. Green Bay Packers.
All right, so they took Matthew Gold in the first round.
They did.
Something they're very, not prone of doing. Can we check the corners for a second? I don't know who's left. I don't think it's anybody good.
Darian Porter.
You mean Darian Porter's not bad?
He's fallen a little bit. He was in the 50s for a minute.
Denzel Burke, I thought was pretty high, or pretty. He fell pretty far too. I don't know about.
Yeah.
Maybe not Darian Porter yet. You got T.J. Sanders. I mean, who do they have in the interior? Devontae Wyatt, Kenny Clark.
Kenny Clark.
Kenny
Devontae Wyatt's
Clark's
been pretty bad though.
Kenny Clark's kind of getting up there in age.
Yeah.
He has a pretty big contract.
I like T.J.
Alfred
Sanders
Collins
too.
is up there. Interior, didn't they just?
They brought in Aaron Banks.
Yeah, that's who it was. I thought it was Jacksonville for a second. Yeah, so I don't know if they need. Who's their other guard?
I think Elton's playing center.
Yeah, I was about to say technically Jenkins, but he's been sliding around to wherever they need him to play.
I think it's Rashawn Walker, Jordan Morgan, who they drafted in the first round last year.
Yeah, he's more of a tackle though, but I'm pretty sure they
great.
slid him to guard, right?
Something like that. He's one of those tweeners. I don't think he's been very good though. And then you got Elton Jenkins, Aaron Banks, and Zach Tom.
I'm really surprised they have Jenkins playing center.
I don't know.
That's like the least valuable position on the O line, and like he's your best lineman in general.
Maybe they value him at center more than at guard. Maybe they like to pull their center. People seem to do that sometimes.
I mean,
maybe
maybe
pull guards, they'll pull centers.
So I don't know much about these two D linemen, Sanders and Collins.
I like TJ Sanders. Alfred Collins is like 6'7", 340, just pure
Oh,
power,
he's just
like run stopper,
yeah.
take a body. TJ Sanders is a little bit smaller, but I think he's more athletic, and I think I like him more. But it's like
Let's do TJ
piece of grass
Sanders.
versus piece of grass. So like I don't know. TJ Sanders. They don't have a crazy amount of needs either. So like
They
you
don't.
might
They
go
addressed
best
wide
player available.
receiver.
They could be the Carson's Western your team. Like who knows? Chargers. Gosh, a weapon would be nice, huh? Wouldn't you like to
Elijah
keep somebody of
Aurora.
caliber?
That's one you can look at there. Because they didn't take a
Elijah
tight
Aurora had
end
a
in
really
the
good Senior Bowl.
they didn't take a tight end in the first round. So I mean, Elijah Aurora could be somebody there.
Mm-hmm.
Trey Harris. I mean, the receivers. It's not looking very good.
I think instead of drafting one of these guys, I think I'd rather they brought back Mike Williams. Who knows? They got Sir Drops a lot.
Well, Quentin Johnston.
Lad wasn't bad. No pun intended. This guy the fucking puns. I'm gonna go Elijah Arroyo. He had a really good Senior Bowl.
I like that.
I kind of value the Senior Bowl performance too, somewhat. So Elijah Arroyo.
Elijah Aurora. Now we got the Buffalo Bills who took Derek Harmon in the first round. So I would say this is where Trey Harris should go, but they kind of already have that guy in Khalil Shakir.
Sure, yeah.
That little.
He's kind of a deep ball guy, which they have in Keon Coleman too. So like,
That's what I'm saying. So he doesn't really fit with the Bills. Safety, there's no really good ones. How is running back in need for them? That's just crazy, if you ask me. They have Kincaid. Interior, they have a pretty good line in general. Who's their interior? I forget.
I can't remember his name. Bearded,
Dude,
black dude.
That doesn't. That's a lot of people, really. But
He's got like short dreads.
Let me look it up.
Osiris Torrance. That's what I'm.
Oh yeah, they took him last year, I think, or the year prior. I think it was 23. I think he was drafted.
He's so good, but he's been fine too. They're always Lynn's fine. They could just be still get best player available too. They're a Super Bowl competitive team. Like
David Edwards, and Osiris Torrance.
They're probably the Carson Wentz your team.
Yeah, their linebackers. Matt Milano's been hurt a lot.
Hurts. Dorian Williams, Terrell Bernard.
Yeah, they lost. I think they do get Schlesinger because they lost Terrell Edmonds a few years back. Defense kind of hasn't been the same since then. Yeah. Terrell Bernard, I think he's kind of just been he's got a lot of playing time, so maybe it was just good just off that.
He got extended on some bullshit deal, but who knows? From the Giants here.
Tyler Show.
Could be the Tyler. I think he goes by maybe Shook. I don't know.
Shook?
He's not getting picked. He's not getting picked.
Will Howard.
You go Gentry, you go Connerly. Maybe it's receiver time. Pair somebody next to Neighbors. And I think that guy's probably Trey Harris.
Yeah, he could be the little inside guy there. I mean, they have
inside big slot. Play that role of like a Traylon Burks, maybe a best case scenario AJ Brown if it works out. Like big, bulky, deep threat slot guy. Like I don't know. He was good. Jackson Dart threw him some deep balls and he made some plays, but I think if Russell can get that deep ball to him, that pretty deep ball, could be something. Houston.
All right. So they already got Tyler Booker in the first round. So you don't need to address the interior there. I don't think there's any good tackles. No.
Where's Cam Williams falling, dude? Wow.
Damn. Yeah.
I think Savaina and Mimbo are tweeners.
Yeah, those guys that could. Hang on, let me check something real quick. Because I don't know.
They could get D-line, keep Alfred Collins in Texas.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at who's on their D-line. Sheldon Rankins and Tim Settle.
Brought back.
Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and take Alfred Collins there, yeah.
And they don't need anyone who's going to be a pass rusher. They just need someone to take blocks, which Alfred
Sheldon
Collins
Rankins,
is one of the best in the draft.
I'm saying this is all due respect, Sheldon Rankins. Fuck you.
And I mean, with all due respect.
Fuck you.
All right.
We paid you more than Lions paid DJ Reader, and you sat out the last 2 months because you were sick. Fuck you.
Ravens.
Take some Tylenol, bitch.
I don't like Jack Sawyer at all. I don't like him.
I just think he
he'll be
just had a highlight play, and you just can't.
I don't think he translates.
I think his hype's kind of calmed down ever since the playoffs because I think
he's slipping farther and farther. He was like 33 at a point.
I know, like a lot of people were thinking he can go in the first round, like to the Bengals. I was like, no, please don't.
He was higher than Tuimoloau a lot. I remember complaining about it to you. I'm gonna go Tate Ratledge.
Yeah, they could go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They do.
He's one of my favorite.
Interior, they lost Patrick McCarry.
Class.
I mean, they have Daniel Fallow. I don't know how you say his last name.
He was like a Pro Bowl alternate.
He was pretty bad.
I think he was a Pro Bowl alternate somehow too. It's just crazy.
I don't know how. I looked at his PFF. He was
Andrew Voorhees, who had a really bad injury in college and then finally got healthy and played a season. I mean, I guess I love Tate Ratledge though. Really athletic, produced a lot. One of the better schools in the country. SEC Bowl. I like Tate Ratledge. Lions, they have an edge rusher, Stewart.
So they lost Zeitler.
They did.
And they lost.
I think it's Glasgow right now. Glasgow and some scrub at interior.
Hang on.
They could definitely use an interior guy.
They're look at it real quick.
That's crazy.
Graham Glasgow and Coyote.
Yeah, come on, we did.
Aosika. Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and take Jonah. Or do you take? Let's take that guy. Let's take that guy. Yeah.
You see the Lions GM came out and was complaining about people are telling him to pick people. He's like, I don't pick based on the depth chart. I was like, I guess, but
why? Why don't you?
Yes. I mean, I guess it makes sense. He took Gibbs. He took Jack Campbell.
It does, yeah.
Guess he's right. He doesn't.
Well, I mean, they kind of did need. I mean, never mind signing Montgomery, but Campbell, they kind of needed a linebacker.
Yeah,
it was just too early when they needed him.
Whatever. Really. Commanders. I think it's receiver or it's running back. Corner, they're kind of good. They got Mikey Sanders still, Marshawn Lattimore they brought in, and they brought in another guy, right? Who am I forgetting? They just brought him in. Corner, yeah. They signed him for agency. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting. Jonathan Jones.
Oh,
Patriots.
yeah.
Jonathan Jones.
Yeah,
so then I'm looking receiver or I'm looking corner. They brought in Debo. They have Terry.
They did, Debo and Terry. So, I mean,
receiver. They could be running back. Brian Robinson, injury prone.
And Eckler.
Is he still there?
I think so. Wait.
Eckler's still there, maybe. I think Quinshon's their pick. I think they need that plus side. I think Judkins has way more chance of being good. Way more developmental. What's the word I'm missing? Upside. Potential. Than Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson, I think, is at his peak right now in his powers. And then we're looking at Eckler, who's a third down running back hanging on to seasons in the NFL. I think Quinshon's the pick. I like Quinshon.
I think they have also met with him too. I think they also have met with Quinshon.
You could argue he's the most talented running back in the class. You really could. He's a freak. He was in a two-back system at Ohio State.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He could be the best running back in the class, by far. I'm not big on Ashton Jeanty. So, I don't think Jeanty and Judkins are too far off, in my opinion. I really don't.
I don't hate that either.
So, Judkins at 61 compared to Jeanty at 8. Steal. All right, Buffalo at 62. Where am I going?
Let's see. Look at their needs here. They do need edge. I mean, they have Greg Rousseau and they brought in Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
But that's a 1-year deal, really. So, and they're at the point where they need to draft their replacements. and not like they don't have a lot of money to just go out and just pay people anymore. I'm not big on Jack Sawyer.
Is he not the perfect Joey Bosa's fucking like?
That's
He's
what
a
I'm
little baby Joey
saying.
Bosa.
He literally fits the mold.
Yeah,
Like,
I like that. He
and
probably
also I
would.
just
I
think
would love to give him.
that's such a Bills pick too. Like,
It is. I would love him to be bad for the Bills too, with only Bills hatred. All right. Then you got the Chiefs
you
here,
got Kansas City here.
and this could be Harold Fannin.
Ooh, ooh.
Could this be the reach on Harold Fannin? Not really a reach, but I guess
It's not a
overdraft.
crazy reach.
Couple picks early.
Um,
They have Kelsey for maybe a year or two. Noah Gray. I mean, come
Max.
on, what are we doing?
I
I
know
don't think running backs
a
need.
lot of Kansas City fans were like, "Hey, man, Noah Gray," and I'm like, "He's
Kareem
29
Hunt. I
already."
think Kareem
But
Hunt got re-signed for a year, and then we're looking at Pacheco, who knows after his injury, like could be
who
back the
fell
same.
off? Who was like Kareem Hunt was like damn near the starter
He had
after
a
Pacheco
pretty
came
serious
back.
injury.
Yeah, so I
Pretty
know
serious
they
injury.
didn't want to rush him into anything, but corner,
Let him go edge in the first corner. I
I
mean,
don't
you got
hate corner. They have McDuffie, and after that, it's pretty bad.
McDuffie, Josh Williams, Justin Jalen Watson. Is that his name?
Jalen Watson's a 7th round draft pick,
Yeah,
so I mean that's
not
all
great.
they need to tell you
Rashid's not
there.
great either. I do think that Harold Fannin is the last really good tight end left. Whereas
Yeah.
corner, you could argue Darian, Parrish, Burke are all kind of the same. I think I'm leaning Harold Fannin.
A lot
I
of people
think
like him too. A lot of
Harold
people
Fannin
do
had by
like him.
far the best college season, not even close. He won the Mackey. He had like 1,400 yards and some stupid. He had the best. It would be at Bowling Green. So like, what are you gonna do?
And
I think he'd be the best in the
also
class too.
that could cuck the Eagles because they're thinking about trading Dallas Goddard. And if they
Yeah.
trade Dallas Goddard, they could look at Harold Fannin and
Mm-hmm.
maybe see him as a replacement there.
Sure.
Now we're looking at the Eagles here, and
End is off.
I think you could look corner here in old Darian Porter. It's not really a
Sure.
reach, but you lost Darius Slay, who actually wasn't very good last year, and you're like after it's a pretty young corner group, and they need depth. They traded C.J. Gardner Johnson, so I mean, I don't know too much about Darian Porter. I don't know if he's an outside guy or if he's more of a slot or nickel kind of guy.
He is a big outside guy. He's 6'3",
Well, there
200
you go.
pounds,
That could help.
speed guy,
That could help
outside
DeJean
player,
right there.
receiver turned corner.
DeJean could, keep playing on the inside or whatnot. You have Quinion playing on the outside. He was pretty good last year in
He
his role,
was.
but there we go.
Take a look at this first two rounds. Got Warren
Just
Hunter Carter.
it's glorious.
I'm still a big fan of the Genty pick. That was just something I haven't seen a lot.
Just a true PFE or LePod masterclass.
And it was just a PFE place too. We're the PFE LePod right now, dude. And then the second round, we had some trades in the second round that made some sense too. Like, there's definitely more trades in the second, third rounds than there is in the first round. Obviously, like you see a lot more just because you want
It's
to make sure
easier
you get
too.
your guys.
It's easier. You don't have
It's
to give up as much.
easier. It's not as frowned upon if you just want to make sure you get your guy. It's risky. You get a lot of like competition from overdrafting players in the first round. I like this a lot.
I
The
do too.
Falcons end up with an edge and an interior. Please, I love that.
I wouldn't hate a
have to-
Trey Amos. I just don't think we'd ever trade up because we usually never do. We just trade back, quite frankly.
Yeah. And then looking at like shit. Mason Taylor, 51 of the Broncos. I like that a lot. Who knows where some of these other players will go? I think the majority, there wasn't too many fallers.
Not really.
Like we just kind of made sure we get the picks where we need them. That's what we do over here. It's what we do.
We just think logically, quite frankly.
Stop screen sharing. All right. So now we're in the little later part. We're starting WrestleMania. We're starting WrestleMania. Pull up that match card.
Yeah, that's what I was just doing. I know the majority of the matches, but there's some I don't really care about. Really.
I got most of them, but
WrestleMania 41 card. Also, Wrestling is a sport. So
Yeah. Let me start at the bottom here.
also people shit on us for watching wrestling. Yes, we are aware it's fake. We are aware of
Well,
that, but
where?
it's the storylines. It's like watching a movie. You guys like watching movies? Majority of movies aren't real.
You know, in the Matrix, when he dodged the bullets, he wasn't actually doing that, fellas.
Fun fact, I actually wasn't doing that.
Okay,
All right.
so I'm just gonna start with I went to the WWE.com. First thing that popped up was the women's tag team championships. I mean,
okay.
skip. Skip.
It's gonna sound super sexist, but I'm sorry.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Give me the Liv Morgan. We're taking. We got the Warriors versus the New Day for the tag team championship.
I've seen a lot of hate on this. A lot of hate on this match. I know Santi doesn't like it.
It just doesn't seem like something you see at WrestleMania.
No, it's not a WrestleMania type match.
A lot of heat. A lot of heat for this match.
The New Day's heel run. I haven't really followed much of it.
That's why I do kind of lean New Day just because they're pushing them hard as heels. Like the Warriors I couldn't tell you a single match they've had this year.
It's kind of crazy that the champs really. I mean, I didn't think they were that good.
But as somewhat casual WWE fans, I think whenever they do something like they want us to like think the New Day is a dangerous tag team. I feel like. So I'm gonna go with the New Day. You down for that too?
I'm fine with it. Yeah.
We got a Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Sin City street fight.
Ooh, I didn't know about that.
Could be match of the night.
It could be.
Entertaining.
I like McIntyre here, though. I'm a big fan of Drew McIntyre.
I like McIntyre here, and he keeps on losing. Maybe this is the final time to win, dude.
He won the title last year, but then Damian Priest cashed in. So, I mean, this could be the ultimate revenge, quote unquote, or whatnot. He lost the rivalry to CM Punk.
All these feuds he's been losing too. Like, maybe this is the time he gets his.
A guy of Drew McIntyre's caliber, you can't have him keep losing. Like you just. I saw
stuff saying like Priest could win to keep him in the main event scene. I was like, can we keep McIntyre in the main event scene? Because goddamn, he keeps losing. That's what I'm saying.
Drew McIntyre, I think, is a bigger star than Damian Priest, or at least he should be.
He is.
I feel like Damian Priest's World Heavyweight title run wasn't that good, really. In my opinion, it wasn't. Maybe it was. I don't know.
I don't think it was.
I was going to say, they didn't have many great rivalries.
I don't think it was great. Yeah, I think he had a Rollins match, Finn Balor match, Drew McIntyre match, I think, too, even. Sheamus, I don't know. Small stuff. Nothing.
That's what I'm saying. He never had like a true rivalry as his champion.
I think we're both on this Drew McIntyre train. I think we got Jade Cargill and Naomi. Naomi like turned heel and was the one who attacked Jade Cargill. Surely Jade Cargill wins this. I mean, she's being pushed as this mega force.
She hasn't kind of done much since she's been in WWE, other than like win those tag team champions with Naomi, or was it Bianca, or was it both?
Her Bianca won, and then Naomi attacked Jade, and like she took over as the second tag team partner.
Okay, so. And I think usually we have a storyline like that when like usually the good guys win at WrestleMania. Quite frankly, that's usually kind of how it always is.
Especially when it's like Jade Cargill really hasn't had a feud too, so like this is her first big singles feud. She would probably win it. She's supposed to be like a future or whatever. Then we got Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, who is may or may not be Chad Gable.
It's Chad Gable.
You don't know. Could be Chad Gable. Could be Elias. But it's we got Rey Mysterio, El Grande Americano. I think it's got to be Chad Gable, right? Surely. Why would Rey Mysterio need a WrestleMania victory in 2025?
Yeah, he's done all he can. At this point, just be burying Chad Gable if he lost to a senior citizen at this rate.
I mean, it's just
like, what would it do for Rey Mysterio if he won? What would it do?
Something. Unless there's like a funny moment where they take off the mask of Chad Gable, like that could maybe be the reason Rey Mysterio wins.
Maybe
because they want to have a moment where he pulls off the mask, but like, I mean, who knows? Surely, I think they win that. I think Chad Gable wins that. Oh, El Grande Americano, the big American. Then we have LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship.
Hmm.
I've
It's
seen
gotta.
both. I've
I
seen
shouldn't say it's
both for
gotta
this one.
be, but I think LA Knight, since he got the title back from Shinsuke, I think it's been very piss poor. A lot of people haven't liked it, and I think maybe it needs a new direction. And Jacob Fatu, he's incredible in the ring. He's probably one of
Yep.
the best in-ring performers in WWE currently. He can do some
Sure
crazy
is.
shit, to be honest. And I think he can bring some excitement. And I've seen a lot of if LA Knight loses, he could turn heel, so we could see a heel LA Knight. I saw it on TikTok, and I kind of like it really.
I think the big question here is Solo Sikoa because he didn't get a match. There's been like the beefing.
Yeah, I
So
don't know what's
maybe he's
quite
gonna have
going
to
on
get
with
involved
that.
here. If Fatu loses, it's probably because Sikoa costs him.
Solo cost him, yeah.
And then we'll see the Fatu Sikoa like match, Bloodline 2.0 breaking kind of vibe. And I think I kind of lean that, to be honest. The reason I lean that is because he didn't have a Sikoa doesn't have a match. If he had a match, I might go Fatu, but he doesn't have a match. It makes me feel like the Fatu's gonna get blown by. He's gonna be
Yeah, I saw like
jealous.
a
He's gonna be
few
jealous.
months ago, like when Roman like came back or whatever, and there's a whole fight for the Ulafala. It was gonna be Roman versus Solo for the Ulafala at WrestleMania. Like, come on, dude, no, that is not WrestleMania worthy, dude.
Please don't. I think Sikoa's gonna
That'd been
cost him
so bad.
because of jealousy. That's what I think.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't hate that at all.
But also can see LA Knight heel turn. I like that. People like Fatu too, so maybe he could become champion turn face. Anyways, Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Penta, and Dominic Mysterio fatal four way for the IC championship.
Ooh,
This match could cook too.
this could. Braun
Could be fun.
Breaker, we know what he can
Could
do.
cook.
Finn Balor's good.
Penta's
Penta's
great.
been he's an up and comer. Dom,
Dom's dumb, but
I think we can eliminate Dom Mysterio for winning this, right?
I don't think he's gonna win. I
I
think
think
I've
we can
seen a
eliminate
lot of
that.
love for Finn Balor here. I think
Yeah, he finally has his WrestleMania moment.
I think he pins Dom too, because like Finn is like the Judgment Day is like almost breaking up. So like
Yeah.
they're looking for a
I
new
think
leader kind of
Finn
vibe.
has kind of had an unfortunate WWE career. I feel like anytime he's had a title match, other than his first one at SummerSlam, Universal Championship, when he beat Seth Rollins, then had to immediately vacate it the night after because he had a shoulder injury or whatever. Like he just hasn't had a title, a single title run. He just hasn't had that yet. And
I
to a
think it's a
point,
little early for Penta too.
yeah, like he just got pushed. Like you can't do the
It's early.
2015 Roman shit where you're automatically pushing him to the title picture. You can't do that.
But when we're looking at it, it's like, okay, so Braun Breaker can't get pinned. He's not gonna get pinned. That's why it's a
No,
fatal
he's
four
too big.
way.
He's too big.
Penta probably can't win because it's too early. So I think it's probably Finn pinning Dom for the
Yeah.
win,
Or I
or
mean, do
vice
you see a
versa.
world where Braun Breaker does retain? That's a question.
Maybe it could be a Braun Breaker retains because of the Judgment Days like button heads in the ring, like kind of vibe
Hmm.
too,
Yeah.
where it just kind of like screws over both of them.
But the thing is, if Braun Breaker retains, who can he lose it to? That's something you got to think about.
It'd
Who
probably be Penta, like Penta down the line, like it's a
maybe?
singles match.
Yeah.
That would be like the take, or like maybe someone else upcoming. Ilya Dragunov comes back. I don't know, but like I think regardless, Dom's getting pinned. I think
Oh yeah, dude, that'd
whoever
go
wins
crazy at
pinning Dom
WrestleMania.
Mysterio, and
The
then
the
I
the
think
crowd
it's
pop for
Braun or
Dom
Finn.
getting pinned would be crazy.
I think this is a good way to get the title off Braun without making him look weak, so he can go fight for the world title. And I
Oh
think
yeah.
Finn gets
It
it
could be
done.
time for him to
Finn,
go to that main event scene, really.
I think Finn gets it done.
I
Where you
like
at?
that.
Finn getting it done?
I guess. I don't want to go all singles, but I know there's some matches we'll have some differences on.
Then we have Styles, Logan Paul, which should be a really good match. Two of the best in ringers in the
Mm-hmm.
world.
Logan Paul can do some shit. AJ Styles can also do some shit in the ring.
It should be a very entertaining match. I do think Logan Paul wins just because, I mean, he's the younger guy.
I haven't followed this one too much, so I
I
don't
just think
know
he's the
what's
younger
going on.
guy. He's the famous YouTuber personality, megastar, where AJ Styles is 44, 45 years old.
He's up there in age.
coming down at the end of his career, where he's probably just out there putting on a banger at WrestleMania. And I mean, I think Logan Paul probably gets that. I've seen a lot of Logan Paul can be Jey Uso's first challenger, like for a free win for Jey Uso, maybe. But
Maybe.
I don't know. I think Logan Paul wins WrestleMania though.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, Logan is the younger guy. And, this could propel him to going back into the title scene, regardless if it's mid card or main card. But I could also see AJ winning and him getting that last, title push, maybe, perhaps.
I don't hate that either.
Because he has said he wants one last title run. He has said that. I mean, he's 46, 45. I mean, I don't think he's just going to sit here and fight that as well. Fuck it. For differences, let's go AJ Styles.
AJ Logan.
The phenomenal one.
Isn't this the women's world title match between Tiffany and Charlotte? This one I really just don't know. It's been a weird feud.
I don't think it's been very good. Their promo's been very piss poor. Like, they're just talking over each other. Like, we can't really hear what you're saying. It's just kind of dumb shit that you're just saying, really? Like,
this is like Tiffany's first real defense. So, like, maybe she gets the job done. I think Ric Flair is going to be in attendance, though.
I don't know, man. They've just... She's won so many titles. It's just like, how many times are we going to put that title on her, man? Holy shit.
What will they do after? Like...
Yeah, like...
I think Tiffany wins it.
I think she has to. If they do it with Charlotte...
They're both natural heels. Tiffany needs to be a heel. Like, her as a face right now just doesn't work. Sorry. But I lean Tiffany.
I think Tiffany has to win because she can have many other rivalries. Meanwhile, what can Charlotte do? She's already beaten everybody because she's had the title 1,000 fucking times.
I think Gunther, Jey Uso.
I think it has to be Jey. It's got to be main event Jey Uso.
I can't imagine him losing.
If he loses, that'd be crazy.
The yeet at WrestleMania would be fucking crazy with Jey Uso.
Dude, I think if Jey Uso loses, I think the WWE fans retaliate. I think they do.
I think Jey Uso wins.
I think it'd be worse than the Cody Crybabies last year.
I think Jey Uso wins. I think the entire family comes out. He probably cries. Jimmy comes out.
You got every ooze coming out there.
Rowan might come out. He might come out. We might see Joe. We might see Joe. We might see Joe on WrestleMania.
Joe?
His real name. He might come out.
Oh.
Who might be there? He might be Joe. We might not see Rowan. We'll see Joe. But
we're not gonna see the OTC. We're gonna see Joe.
I think he definitely he got to win. He's got to. I agree.
If he loses, I just couldn't imagine how the internet would react. How the WWE fans, I just don't know.
We a waste of Royal Rumble again.
Yeah.
They did that kind of to Shinsuke though too. Remember when Shinsuke won? They kind of.
Well, let's think of the last few Royal Rumble winners. Like, have they won much recently? Last year, Cody Rhodes won. Okay, yeah.
Bayley won.
The year prior, Cody Rhodes lost. And then 22 was Brock. He lost. I mean, technically, he got the title back, but then he lost to Roman for the unification.
Yeah.
21 was Edge, lost to Roman. 20 was
Drew.
Fucking Otis. It was Otis. No.
Otis won the Royal Rumble?
No. 20 was McIntyre. Yeah, Otis won Money in the Bank. I confused that. Yeah, McIntyre beat Brock. 2019 was Seth. He beat Brock. 2018 was... Fuck. Who was that? Who's 2018?
Randy?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Or no, I think 2018 was Shinsuke. 2017 was Randy. Yeah. Right. 2018 was Shinsuke.
Yeah, I definitely think Jey should win. Probably, if he doesn't win, what would he do?
That's what I'm saying. You can't challenge Gunther for a third time.
Yeah,
you're just making him look weak at that point. And be like, kind of Jordan. Oh, it took you 3 times to beat a team. Oh, good shit. Fuck you. Dude.
Next match, we have the triple threat women's world title match: Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. And I don't know on this one. I really don't. I feel like Rhea's not going to win because why not? Why would they take it off Rhea to have her get it back?
Well, didn't she vacate it because she was injured?
No,
or was that
before.
SummerSlam?
She got it back. She vacated it. Liv got it. She beat Liv. Then she lost to Io in like a random Raw.
Oh yeah. Oh.
So
Yeah, that would
like,
make sense. I could see Io winning because this whole rivalry, they've kind of just been like pushing her off, pushing her in the
yeah,
face, making her seem like she's just this underdog and like, oh, you don't matter, bitch. Like, and
yeah, I
like
could
making
see
it
it.
seem
Maybe
like
it's a
Bianca versus Rhea is like the real WrestleMania match here. But
Rhea and Bianca just like ignore and she sneaks in and wins kind of vibe.
yeah, and Bianca, low key, Bianca could get costed by Naomi. Could.
She good. She good.
She's got
Here's
that
your
shit going
match.
on there.
Your match: Roman, Seth, Punk. I
See,
genuinely
okay.
don't know.
I'm gonna go with Roman here because Roman's my guy, but I have a reasoning to it. I
Yeah.
think I think the majority of people think CM Punk's gonna win.
Yeah.
Because it's his first WrestleMania main event. He's got Paul Heyman in his corner for this match.
Yeah.
But I think everything's looking for him to win. So then Roman wins. I don't know if Seth can win, to be honest. Like I thought about it first. Really, any of these three guys could win. But then you got, Seth Rollins or Paul Heyman owes Seth Rollins a favor because I think it was either last Raw or the Raw before he tried
Some
to
curb
curb stomp
stomp.
CM Punk. Yeah. So what is that favor? Also, where the fuck's Roman's favor? What the fuck, Paul?
Gets no favor.
Real bitch move there. Roman just gets the shit end of the stick, huh? Or the short end of the
I
stick.
do kind of lean Rollins here.
Really?
I do, just because I don't think Roman's gonna win. I really don't.
The fuck?
I see him
It's
losing
the
more than I do see Seth.
OTC.
I don't know. I
Now the
don't
question
necessarily
is,
see.
who gets pinned? Roman?
I think it could be Roman.
No. I'll cry.
I think it could be a like, especially with how he treated Paul after they kind of put it up as like he's almost like getting like he's done with him kind of vibe. Like Seth, I've seen stuff about how Seth could like they could turn heel together, Seth and Paul, and just like screw over them
Oh,
both.
I have seen that too, actually, yeah.
I kind of like that too. Same reason, but same way I could see Punk. I feel like Seth's kind of the same boat as Drew. Like he just keeps losing, keeps fucking losing.
Well,
Like
he did just have the title last year, though, so I mean, there's that.
last WrestleMania, he hasn't touched it since WrestleMania. It's been a year. He just keeps losing, 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 and then like I can see this being a what's that favor? We're gonna see a Seth Rollins hitting Roman in the back with a chair at least once, like at
I don't know.
least
What
once.
a bitch.
And I don't know how Roman can win. I don't know how that can happen.
Because he's the OTC, that's why.
But like,
Because he's a
I'm
goat.
gonna go Seth. We're probably both wrong. I'm gonna go Seth.
It could just be CM Punk and WWE's just
It really could just be that easy.
it could be because it is the main event of night one,
Yeah.
which that also kind of disrespects Jey Uso a little bit because he won the Royal Rumble, and the whole thing with the Royal Rumbles is if you win, you main event WrestleMania. But
Yeah.
I do think this match has a little more star power. I mean, could be because they're an extra
does.
guy, but like
For sure does.
Roman, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins, there's really three of some of the best guys in the industry, like ever. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Roman probably won't win. He could be the one that gets pinned. That'd be awesome.
I'm sorry, you can't win everything
God,
always.
I know,
Pick
dude.
up and stack them.
He hasn't had the fucking title in a year, dude.
And then we got Cody and John.
This
I'm
one,
really
man.
split here. This one
I
I
think-
genuinely don't know.
I think Cody wins unless one thing happens.
What's that?
I'm gonna make a bold prediction for this one. You ready to hear it? Ready to hear it? I already told you this once. So obviously the big storyline here is, can John win number 17? That was this whole farewell tour. That's what this whole thing was. Then he turned heel with The Rock. Kind of like he can't win it as a heel. He just can't. That crowd pop's not going to be the same. Nobody's going to be happy. So let's say they're in the middle of their match. The Rock comes out to interfere because he's got to do that. Then John Cena looks at The Rock, kicks him in the balls, says, "I don't need you, Rock. I'm gonna win this by myself." Boom. Face turn, middle of the match, pins Cody. 1, 2, 3. That could be a bold prediction, but
I don't like that. Just because he just turned heel, like I think he's gonna have a heel. I kind of lean towards he's gonna have a heel run.
as champ.
And I don't know what as champ, but I know he at some point we're gonna see Roxy in 3. I really think it's gonna happen. Roxy in 3 is gonna happen, and I think it
Well, that's where
doesn't
that could
have to have
happen.
the belt. I don't think it has to have the
It
belt.
doesn't. No.
So then, like, I think there's all this Stone Cold shit. I don't know about that.
Well, the whole thing is, if John doesn't win at WrestleMania, how else is he going to win it? Money in the Bank?
Could be Money in the Bank. Could be.
That's not John's thing, though.
It could be
Cash
just as.
in.
Well, if he's a heel, it could be his thing.
I just don't know if he can win champion as heel. I just don't know. Don't know if he'd be best for business. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know.
See, this is what WWE wants.
Okay, where would Cody lose the belt then? Like Money in the Bank cash in? That's like the only thing I can think of where he'd actually lose a belt. He gets taken advantage of after cash in.
Or hold on. After last WrestleMania, The Rock came out and said he wants to challenge Cody for that belt. So is that the direction they go? He beats John, and then, him and The Rock have some fight. I don't know when it's gonna be, and then that could be Rock John, the trilogy, and maybe that's for the belt. Because The Rock's gonna be heel, he's not gonna turn face, surely. And then maybe somewhere
We
along
get
the line
beatbox
that
Rock.
beatbox Rock. And then I don't know. Also, how are they gonna? Because obviously John's got to win 17. He has to, right?
I think we're either getting.
They have to give it to him. Not
I think
maybe this
John
WrestleMania.
either loses and
They have to.
we get at some point and The Rock's pissed and he like John Cena turns back face.
Yeah.
Or we get a John Cena victory and The Rock builds some type of jealousy and then he turns back face. Or I think regardless there's gonna be a pop because he's John Cena. So like
I mean,
it doesn't
yeah,
matter
but I get that,
but
I still just don't understand the heel turn. I just still don't. The way they did it was dumb as fuck. Like, I know John Cena had to be heel at some point, and like this would be the time because obviously it's his farewell tour. Like, he's not gonna wrestle after this. So I don't know. I don't know what they have up their sleeve. I don't know.
I'm gonna lean towards.
I don't have the script.
I'm gonna go with.
I'm going
John
with Cody.
Cena.
I'm going with Cody.
Go with John Cena. John Cena.
I mean, I want John to win so he can make that history. But like, I would just prefer as a WWE fan for John to win 17 as a face. That's just my preference.
I would too. The only thing is I don't think he could like do a mid-match face his turn is because he hasn't shown anything of like tweener vibes. Like,
I don't think it's gonna happen either. But if it does happen, then it'll be genius. Quite
frankly, he's been so like awful that it makes it seem like he's just gonna. He needs more time to like work that out.
And the one thing he turned heel to team up with The Rock. The Rock hasn't been a part of this storyline at all.
Well, just Cody in general, I think.
I know, but still, like.
All right, we'll see this weekend.
We will. Saturday and Sunday. WrestleMania. It's too big just for one night.
Well, that brings us to the next. LeBron. The Lakers. The Lakers. So let's get we'll do playoff predictions just since we're here.
Timberwolves, Werewolves, Direwolves.
Lakers Empire.
All right, we can do that. I think LeBron averages 40.
And first off, we got to do playing games. Who do you think is getting out of the West? The Mavericks or the
Mavericks or
Kings? No.
Kings? No, that was last night. Mavericks or Grizzlies. Yeah. I think Grizzlies. I think they just have more firepower, quite frankly.
I think they can hang with AD too, with Jaren.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. They have two bigs that can guard. And I mean, after that, the Mavericks roster gets pretty. Brandon Williams is starting for him against the Kings. That's all they need to tell you right there.
They were looking at Bulls.
Bulls lost. It's Miami.
Well, they were the 9th seed.
Oh wait. Yeah. I mean, no. They were the 9th seed. Lost.
10 seed.
It's the
Heat
Heat,
plays
Hawks, Heat and Hawks.
the Hawks. Heat Hawks.
Death, taxes, and the Heat and the Hawks are always in the play-in, man. Like these guys just stay in the play-in, brother.
I love Trae Young, but Tyler Hero's been phenomenal.
Dude, he
this
has.
season.
And also he has Bam alongside him too. Meanwhile, the Hawks, Ricochet, like, come on, what are you doing?
Dyson Daniels.
He can't score. He can defend his ass off. So
I
maybe
don't know if it's Karis LeVert, maybe they're the second best scorer.
So maybe I don't know. Dyson on Tyler Hero. I think I like the Heat better. It can really go either way.
Talk me into it. Going Hawks. Who's gonna guard Trae Young? Terry, Tyler.
Oh, Terry.
Whereas Dyson can guard Tyler.
Yeah.
And Trae can just get cooked by Terry, I guess.
Well, they still have Adebayo and Wiggins, so that's kind of where
Adebayo, Wiggins, Onyeka can play on Adebayo at least defensively.
Yeah,
like he's a solid defender. I think the Hawks have better wings. They really do. Like they have Ricochet,
Jalen Johnson,
Karis LeVert. Jalen Johnson's hurt.
Oh fuck!
Out for the year, I'm pretty sure. But Karis LeVert, Ricochet, that gay dude, Gueye, the black guy. He's also there.
Almost got us demonetized.
He looked good on defense on Paulo Banchero. And I really think they only lost that game because of size. And I don't think the Heat have a bunch of size. They're 6'9" center and Bam Adebayo.
Yeah.
So I like the Hawks. The Hawks.
Yeah, you've talked me into it. Changing my pick.
So then we got 1 versus 8, Thunder, Grizzlies.
That's probably Thunder and 4. Maybe 5. Maybe 5. Maybe Jaw's a good game.
Thunder and
maybe Jaw's a crazy game.
Zach Edey should be cut after this playoff series. He is so bad at basketball. It is insane how bad he is compared to like college and NFL, NBA level. So we get 2-7, Rockets, Warriors.
I have the Rockets in 6.
I don't hate that.
I'm going to go a little bold there. I know a lot of people think
like
Warriors.
The Warriors as much as somebody else.
Also, Amin Thompson was pretty damn good on Curry. Held him to
and
3 points.
Wings. They have wings for Jimmy, too.
Yeah, they have guys that can – that is probably a bad matchup for the Warriors.
Sengun's going to be guarded by Draymond, maybe, which is okay. And then you still have –
who's going to guard Jalen Green? Curry? Come
Gary
on.
Payton?
That's a joke. Jimmy, maybe?
Gary Payton.
I mean, Fred VanVleet. I mean, I'm not too worried about that, but Dylan Brooks, no.
I don't think the Rockets.
The whole thing about the Rockets is they're not a crazy good offensive team, but they're good defensively. That's their thing.
But they also are so young. Like their oldest player is VanVleet, and he's like their 6th best player. He shouldn't even started. Like, or the Warriors have 3 guys who have shown serious playoff experience with Jimmy, Draymond, and Curry.
I know in the playoffs, usually your stars shine, and that's the stars do shine, and you obviously the star power goes to the Warriors and Curry and
I think
Jimmy
Curry's going to
Butler.
struggle specifically.
Yeah, Curry is not a very efficient
guys.
shooter the majority of the time. Like in the
they
playing
have 4
game,
guys who can chase him around all game.
That's what I'm saying. They have guys who can guard Curry, not just one guy. And if he gets in foul trouble, then you're just screwed. No, you have multiple guys. You can put the main defender is going to be Amin Thompson. That's going to be their main defender for starters.
And he's 21 years old. He's going to chase me all fucking game.
He's going to be a little JV there. He ain't quite JV.
He would dog Curry in like a one. If he's guarding Curry, like, are you insane? He's not a great 3-point shooter, but he's one of the most athletic freak drivers.
Oh, he'd kill Curry offensively. Just because he can.
Like, everyone would kill Curry offensively.
Barbecue chicken alert.
Just barbecue chicken. I like the Rockets too. Fuck Curry.
I agree. I mean, it doesn't matter. They're losing the fucking Lakers. They're losing the Lakers next fucking round, but
yeah, winner loses the Lakers. Well, then we have 3-6 Lakers, Timberwolves.
Actually, I'm gonna knock on wood on that. Lakers in 5. What are we doing? I've seen. Don't get me wrong, Anthony Edwards. He's a phenomenal player. My only issue is why the fuck are we using Bronny James and Shake Milton as Anthony Edwards on our scout team? Why are we doing that? God, you just want the media to hate Bronny James so fucking bad.
Lakers in 5.
Oh, it's Lakers in 5. It's Lakers in 5 regardless. The only reason why it's in 5 is because Anthony Edwards is going to have a 40-point game at home. You just know he is.
He might. I want to put Brian. Brian, let me get some steals.
That might why he scores 40.
Very similar players. Ask our coaching staff.
Yeah, I agree. They're having Joe Ingles act like Luka. That might be crazier, honestly.
It's much crazier.
That'd be
Much
fucking
crazier.
wild. Hey,
No,
Joe
who's gonna guard
Ingles,
LeBron?
can you act like our Luka today?
Who's guarding LeBron?
Jaden McDaniels, barbecue chicken. Julius Randle, your second scoring option is Julius Randle in the fucking playoffs. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Gobert might be your second option after that.
Julius Randle, I've said this on this podcast multiple times. He is the most inconsistent playoff performer I've ever fucking met. I've never met him, but I've ever seen.
He's terrible. Lakers at 5. It might be 4.
Mike Conley.
I think they'd be lucky to get to 5.
He's a fucking fossil at this rate. Gobert offensively, come on. Jackson Hayes, I like that honestly.
This team's just loaded with current superstars and potential and
That's what I'm saying.
wings.
Okay. So let's
experience through the roof. We're talking Dorian.
Let's go matchups here. Who's gonna guard Austin Reeves? Ant maybe? Okay.
Ant maybe.
Okay, maybe. If it's Mike Conley, then holy fuck. Austin Reeves might be our best player this series.
Yeah.
Who's gonna guard Luka?
I think that would be Jaden McDaniels.
That would be Jaden. So Julius Randle, LeBron. Wow.
It doesn't matter. They don't have enough players.
That's just an idiot. That's idiocracy right there.
Enough players.
Idiocracy.
So I'm pissed too. You don't have enough players to hang.
No, I'm not pissed. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Gobert might get played off the court.
Yeah.
Just because what is he going to do? He's going to stand on the outside.
He can barely guard.
He experience.
He can barely score on Jokic.
LeBron's experience. We know LeBron's experience. I mean, come on.
Luka is one of the best playoff performers, like statistically, of all time.
Luka's been insane in the playoffs, and he's went to the finals last year alone. Yeah.
Against this team with a worse roster. The Mavericks last year, it is a worse roster than the current Lakers.
Okay, Gabe Vincent too. He had those playoff runs with the Miami Heat. Dorian was on the Mavericks teams. Like, we're not talking about some players who just haven't played. We have players with lots of experience.
We have Julius Randle, who has experience being just oh god.
Let Curry get out of the first round, get chased around by Vando all fucking series. Oh my god, he's gonna die. Vando kick his ass.
Dude, man.
It's gonna be a long playoff series for
I hope JB gets some significant minutes in these playoffs. I don't think he will. I want him playing 30+ minutes.
I want him chasing Anthony Edwards around all fucking
That's what I'm saying. We don't need fucking Bronny and scout team. Put JV on his ass.
Foul out. I don't care. You ain't offensively or nothing. So
then guess what? Then guess who we're putting else on you? Dorian. Hey Dorian, go chase Anthony Edwards around.
After that,
fuck it. Let's get creative. Braun.
Bronny.
No.
Bronny's getting playoff minutes. Steph Dax and Bronny's getting playoff minutes. First playoff duo, son of duo. Come on. Okay. Then we got 4-5 Clippers Nuggets. I would love the Clippers to win, but I just don't think they will.
I don't think they will either. James Harden, once again, not a known playoff performer. Kawhi. Is he going to play the full series? If he plays the full series, the Clippers have a chance. But if this guy load manages in the playoffs again, if I'm Steve Ballmer, I'm going to cut his ass, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing some of the best basketball right now, but
they are. And then you got Norman Powell, who emerged this year, who's got some playoff experience, actually. He was in Toronto for their LeBronto experience, and then when they won the championship. And
you can argue that Jokic is the best player in the world still.
No, he's not. It's LeBron James.
It's LeBron. And then we're looking at Porter. A lot of playoff experience, that Nuggets team. They don't coach.
They won a championship 2 years ago. But yeah, they fired their coach. Just a completely
Clippers.
That was just dumb.
Fuck you, fatty. I'm picking Jokic. I'm picking the Clippers. The Clippers. The Clippers are 5.
Yeah, let's see. What would make it easier for the Lakers? Honestly, I'm not scared of the Nuggets this year, really. They don't have dumbass Michael Malone.
I ain't scared of anybody. Give them hell. Thunder, 6 games, max. All right. So we got Thunder, Clippers?
I'm leaning Nuggets, but fuck it, I'll pick Clippers. I can't.
Thunder Clippers.
That'd be an early Christmas gift if
SGA versus his former team. In the playoffs. Thunder probably win that.
Thunder win that probably 5.
Probably get it done.
They have guys that can guard Kawhi.
I lean actually 6, maybe 6 or 7 games, just because the Clippers have experience. Who's gonna guard Kawhi? Lou Dort? Come on, what are we doing?
Also, what people forget is Kawhi's last healthy playoffs, he was pretty fucking dominant.
He's really good.
He was pretty fucking good, man.
He's a
2021,
player.
damn good playoffs. Let me tell you, before he got hurt, before he partially tore his ACL, you play through that shit, quite frankly.
You do.
It,
I would.
It's partially torn. Partially.
I'd play through it.
I'd play through it too.
Through it.
That's what I'm saying. You had Paul George in the fucking Western Conference Finals. Like, what are we doing?
So then we got Rockets, Lakers.
Lakers in 5.
4.
You know, just for the
Yeah,
meme, every Lakers series is in 5. I mean,
Rockets, Sockets, Tyler Lockett. Lakers in 5.
there you go.
Get the fuck out of it. So we got Lakers.
Who's in guard LeBron? Dylan Brooks. Oh my goodness gracious! Please, let's have part 2. Let's have part 2 of who your daddy is.
Let me get Lakers Thunder. Lakers in 5. Can't even take it serious. Lakers in 5, and it's because no one's gonna guard LeBron.
Nobody can.
Who's gonna guard?
At that point, playoff LeBron's activated, brother. At that point. See, the thing is,
6. You might get 6.
You might get a lucky
Maybe.
6.
Okay, KFC, UFC, Lakers. And then we got. So then we go to the East. From the East, Boston, Atlanta.
It's Boston.
Boston
in 4.
Cleveland, Miami. No, Cleveland. Who?
Cleveland Hawks. Cleveland Hawks. No, it's Cleveland Hawks. The 7 seed's Magic, so it's Boston Magic.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cleveland,
either way, it's Boston in 4.
Cavs in 4. Boston
Cavs
Magic,
in 4.
Mavs and Magic in 4.
So
Boston.
The 4 is Bucks Pacers.
Yeah,
that's it. No Dame, so I think I'm leaning Pacers there.
Kind of leaning Bucks still.
Really?
Thomas is averaging a fucking triple double since he's been playing.
I know, but who else on that team is going to help him?
Gary Trent.
I'm not gonna lie. The fact that with a straight fucking face is kind of just
Kuzma.
Wild. You said Kyle Kuzma.
The Kuzma. The Koozie.
Stop.
Koozie.
No, man.
Who's gonna Tyrese Halliburton 9 and 10 gonna win the fucking series?
Siakam.
Miles
Turner.
Siakam. Fucking
those guys are better. You said fucking Gary Trent. You said Gary Trent with a dead serious face. You said the Kuz is loose. What do you mean? You fucking come on. You fucking shit me right now.
In the world, arguably, though.
Dude, don't be wrong. Big fan of Giannis. I like him. I just don't know. Obi Toppin's been pretty good as of late. Let me tell you.
Kevin Porter Jr.'s been so good too, though. I like the Bucks. You can differ.
Yeah, we're different on that one.
I like the Bucks.
Well, Pacers in 6 there. Pacers in 6.
Pistons next.
Ooh.
Caden 5.
Ooh, Caden 5. Okay.
No. Pistons in 7. I'm gonna have a Sore Thompson chasing around Jalen Brunson the entire series. Make McCall Bridges beat us. Currently, Towns is gonna be in a fucking bar fight every night with Beef Stew and Jalen Duran.
Beef stew. Beef stew.
Played them pretty well in the regular season this year too.
Yeah.
Coming fully healthy, Cade's sitting. I mean, other than J90, but like Beasley, come on, he's been outstanding. My 6 man of the year, Blake Beasley.
Yeah, he was second in threes this year, and it was almost because Anthony Edwards was stat padding. I'm gonna have to differ here again. I know it's your Pistons. Hold on.
Gutter cut.
Okay. The Pistons, hell of a year this year, really a bounce back, especially the year they had last year. They bring in JB Bickerstaff, who arguably should be coach of the year. You could argue that. Took a Pistons team who had the worst record in basketball and made them a playoff team.
Sure did.
So to me, that's coach of the year. It's going to be, I don't know who it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be JB Bickerstaff, though.
Kenny Atkinson, the Cavs.
Oh, well, that makes sense. New coach. Best record, arguably, or second best record in basketball. But, I just think the next team has more experience in the playoffs. I do like a sore on Jalen Brunson, so I do think he'll struggle, but Karl Anthony Towns, I mean, they just have guys that like McCall's had playoff experience.
Belts to ass. Cade and 5.
Yeah, I do think the thing is they have wings that can guard as well. McCall, OG, who can guard Cade. They can both guard him. I think the
Nobody
experience.
guard Cade.
I think it's gonna be Knicks in
It's never
6.
seen Cade. All right.
Agreed.
So then for me, it's Pacers. No, for me, it's Cavs and
Bucks. It's Cavs.
Bucks. And I think the Cavs will get that done.
And regardless, it doesn't matter because I also have the Cavs beating the Pacers.
And then we have Boston Pistons for me. Boston probably gets it done. And if it's Boston Knicks,
it's going to be Boston Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals, no matter what.
Call me crazy. I like Cleveland getting there. I like Cleveland beating Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Ooh.
Call me crazy. Donovan's
Boston's a damn good team, man. Boston's a damn good team.
Tell me this cinema.
Lakers, Cavs in the finals.
That'd be cinematic. Don't let us cook now.
Cinema.
That'd be cool.
Give me LeBron. But Cavs could beat this. I think they played the Celtics well this season too. Like it's not crazy.
Yeah.
They brought
They're
in
both
Dr.
really good teams.
Dr. Hunter was a huge bring-in for them. Like sneaky. He's in very good form. Jared Allen, Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley on Jason Tatum the entire series, like, could be problems.
Could be.
Problems for them.
And then you have to make.
We've seen how them Celtics stars like to play in the playoffs, dog. They don't always come.
Well, also you could have Drew Holiday on old Donovan there, and that could cause issues for Donovan as well. But the thing is Kristaps going to play? Because that's a big thing. It's not as easy as it was last year, where Donovan Mitchell missed the playoffs, and you had to have Darius Shit Garland be your number one. We saw
Donovan Mitchell's a playoff riser too. He's really good in the playoffs.
He's good in the playoffs. He has been. He's shown it even when he was in Utah. But
Cleveland.
I like Boston. I think either way, it's a 7-game series.
Yeah.
It could arguably be the best series of the playoffs because the Lakers are just going to dog walk the West. But
Okay.
But either way, it's gonna be good finals. Either way, it's gonna be cinematic. You have, especially the Lakers.
Boston, Lakers, Cavs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have the rivalry. Could the Lakers tie the Celtics, and then LeBron going against Cleveland in the finals? Like, that'd be fucking wild, man.
It would be great.
Imagine he won the championship on Cleveland's home court.
And then he said Cleveland's for you too. Oh.
I don't know if the Cleveland fans would be excited about that.
Imagine a center court hug between LeBron James and LeBron James Jr.
Wow.
In Cleveland. Wow.
I mean, he would just have to be the GOAT at that point, right? He won his kid a ring.
Lakers to beat Cavs in the finals.
He'd be the GOAT.
6 games.
He'd be the GOAT father. He won his kid a ring. Gave his kid a legacy, quite frankly. What'd Jordan do for his kids?
Lakers beat Cavs in 6.
Not jack shit. Let's see. I have Lakers Boston. That's it's quite frankly Lakers in 5, and it's only 5 just because. It's quite frankly just Lakers in 5.
Quite frankly, I changed my mind. Lakers in 5 in Boston. Beat the Cavs. Lakers in 5.
It's Lakers in 5. If it gets to 6, I'll generally be surprised. Just I mean, we're not the Dallas Mavericks. We're not the Dallas Mavericks last year. Lucas pissed. He lost to Boston. Then he got fucking traded. He's come for vengeance. Come back to the finals with Boston. It's like, hey, look who I got. The fucking GOAT. It's Lakers in 5. Like, what are we doing? Like, come on. Especially if fucking Tatum and Jaylen Brown shoot 30% again. It might be Lakers in 4.
Oh my God, it might be. It might be Lakers in 4.
Yeah.
Regardless, the Lakers might go undefeated. They're gonna have 1 loss per series, so it's Lakers in 5, and that's it.
It's Lakers in 5. White.
It's honestly, it's like, what's it called when you envision something?
When you what?
You know what I'm talking about? It's destiny.
Deja vu? Is that what you're talking about? What? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's when you like, gosh, when you see something you want to happen and then you just make it happen. It's destiny. It's fucking
Sure,
destiny.
we'll go with
It's
that. We'll go
destiny
with
for
that.
Lakers to win in 5.
I agree. Lakers in 5, just quite frankly.
Share
Could you
it,
imagine if they
Shannon.
actually win in 5? The internet would go crazy. And Shannon Sharp would look like a fucking genius, quite frankly.
Yeah, he's a genius.
I mean, he knows what he's talking about. Skip Bayless, you're just a dumb idiot. Really.
That will do
And
it
also,
for
if
episode
he
2
won the
of
championship and in his finals MVP speech, he would be like, hey, Stephen A., fuck you.
Hey, Stephen A. Stop running your fucking mouth.
You would slap LeBron. I ought to
Takes
bitch
off
slap
his
you for
shirt.
that.
Shows them keels. Wait, that's crazy. We're talking about LeBron taking off his shirt instead of fucking playoff basketball.
That was the dumbest shit in the world.
Oh.
He wears a do-rag and he's done that for years. Why in
Since
2025
he's been a
all of a
Laker.
sudden do we have David Njoku does in football? Huh. Mac Hollins.
Tennessee. Remember when Tennessee
He-
ran out their shirts off in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Against
Hey.
Ohio State?
Mac Hollins showed up to arenas shoeless with no shoes.
No one
He's not
cares.
professional. He's not professional.
He's making money off it because he has like its own thing now. He has his merch about taking like shoeless Mac. LeBron takes off his shirt because he's sweaty. It's warm.
It's unprofessional. He's warming up for a basketball game. What would be professional there? What, he has a shirt on?
Selling a suit.
Yeah, like you wanted to put on a Calvin Klein suit there? Like, what are we doing?
Gosh.
That's how you just know
You
there's
got a
nothing to
lot
talk
of
about in the
fucking
NBA.
nerve.
That's just how you know. When we're having ESPN segments about LeBron being unprofessional.
A lot of fucking nerve, Stephen. I'm trying to get his light turned back on. A lot of fucking nerve. I can't get it. A lot of fucking nerve, Stephen A.
Yeah, man.
Shut your bitch ass up.
I know. LeBron said something to you, and you just act like a little bitch about it.
LeBron confronted you because he's a grown ass man and you went on fucking social medias and run your damn mouth.
Yeah. You said you would slap LeBron James in the face. You
Yeah,
have
clown by the goat.
quoted that.
You know, the goat doesn't partake usually. You said something so outrageously stupid, you got the goat's attention and he clowned you.
It's pretty
really
funny.
just a shame.
That's why he's my goat, quite frankly.
It's really just a shame. And he's 40. He's 40. He'd kick your ass, buddy.
He kicked his ass at 80. What are we doing?
One punch. You'd have slapped him too?
No, you wouldn't have. No,
You wouldn't have thrown a punch, pussy? You'd have slapped him? Like, God. You want to get your ass kicked? Promise right now, slaps not gonna do much, buddy.
Dude, a slap, honestly, might be more disrespectful than a punch. If someone slaps me open hand, I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, what
Just
the
like,
hell?
See, I can't take that.
You just bitch slap me? Is that what you just
I wish LeBron would have smacked him on his face, turn around, smack that ass, and went on with his day.
smacked his ass?
Because Stephen A is just a bitch. End of the day.
Hey, good boy.
End of the day, Stephen A's a bitch. Well, that'll do it for the LePod episode 2. Check out episode 1 where we finish the mock draft, first round, and then this second round. Stay tuned for Lakers in 5 playoff reactions coming next episode. Lakers in 5. LePod. Crouton.
Stephen A, SGA, USA.
Lakers in 5.